Hey guys, welcome back to a review. I'm CourseeVox77 and today we're going to be making another video about the new shorts for the new Spider-Man show and Disney XD. And here are my thoughts. So let's of course start with the first episode. Now something I just want to say right off the bat is, well, Peter Parker is really annoying. I mean, in all of the episodes, I just don't like him. He's not the typical type of Peter Parker. Well, he looks a lot like Ben 10. And something else I noticed about this series is they try to also educate kids. Like they put in the scientific method as all the episodes. Peter Parker is going through the scientific method. Something that I didn't like, of course, was how it's like Harry was about to go into that machine, then Liz and Peter switch places. So that was kind of cool. But something I didn't really like was the humor. I mean, it wasn't really that great. If you look at a TV show like Spectacular Spider-Man, that had pretty great humor with also lots of great action. Honestly, I didn't really like it. Even the 90s Spider-Man had pretty good humor, but, well, now that I think about it, the 90s Spider-Man didn't really have very good humor. But on one side, it's like the humor counts in Spider-Man. On the other side, the action also does count. You don't see much action in like this entire series. In this episode, there's like no kind of action. But honestly, I think it's a pretty okay episode. I didn't really like. I didn't really like it that much. I don't think it's like the greatest Spider-Man TV show ever. But this is just a one short out of five other ones you'll see, and this actual show hasn't come out yet. So who am I to judge just yet? Now it's time for the second episode, which is called Observation. So yeah, it's called Observation. Basically, goes through observation, prediction, all the other ones. It's something I'm gonna say before I actually start talking about it, is I couldn't really find a good picture for this, so I'm just gonna have to see Peter Parker looking around the city with this one guy. Now this one was interesting. There was well, in the beginning it just takes off from how it was in the first episode, and he was just like, what's going on in the bathroom, and then he started like going around the city trying to test his new powers out until he you know just feels his spider sense, and then gets on the walls and everyone sees him. This one, there's like not much to say about it. I mean, it was a pretty good episode. I think it's better than most of the episodes, better than the first one at least. And basically, he finds out he has super strength at the end, and I guess that's it. There's like really not much to say about this episode. So time for the next episode, which is called pretty sure Hypothesis. So this one, well, this is kind of where it gets cringy in the beginning. I mean, the part that really just I got cringed at was when he said, some people call it parkour, I call it parkour, or the other way around. But it's not like a bad episode. He like makes his web shooters, so it's not a bad episode. And there's this one scene though where he like falls off of the hammock. They kind of like put a cut into animation quality in that by just putting one single image of just it spinning. And also, so there's this really weird part with the fly. He was like trying to, he had a fly because I guess spiders eat flies. And then there was like this other scene where I kind of noticed he was like something really cool. He was like scratching his neck while also using it as kind of like a stick to, show everything on the board, which was kind of cool that I noticed. And at the end, he also kind of like, you know, webbed himself and made a mask out of it, which I thought was pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure people would still figure out it's Peter Parker, since a bunch of people were recording. Anyway, once again, not much to talk about in this episode, since I guess we already cleared up everything about Peter Parker and stuff in the first part of the episode. But it's not much to talk about in this episode. Next episode is prediction. Pretty sure. So I like this episode a lot more because, well, it's kind of really cool, and basically at the beginning of this episode, he's just figuring out his name, and he doesn't really get the name Spider-Man until the end of all these episodes, but basically, he's still wearing his web mask and top going in public, which is kind of weird. I mean, I guess no one really is recognized that that's the person who was literally swinging webs on the city. And then he runs into this fortune teller who, well, he basically just, gets gets web all over. And then in the rest of the episode, he comes up with a costume, which, I mean, the first, you also see like Iron Man, like an Iron Man cardboard helmet, which means Iron Man's in this universe somehow. Might have just been there for an Easter egg, but last I heard, there are no Avengers or, any type of Iron Man in this TV show, unlike, of course, Ultimate Spider-Man, which had all the Avengers teaming up with Spider-Man, which is why I didn't really like Ultimate Spider-Man, because they just put him in such like big areas that Spider-Man shouldn't be going through in just like his first season or whatever. But basically something else I noticed is like when he's trying out costumes, one of them looks very similar to the Scarlet Spider. He said it was too much. I would have actually loved him to wear that, but he ended up picking a costume that just had tights in it and sweats. They're called sweats, not tights. And he wore like goggles over it. It's not bad by any means, but I think the Spider-Man costume we saw wear at the end of all series looks much better. So that's all for this episode. I think we talked a lot about it, but the next episode is experimentation, where he wrestles This one I liked also a lot. So basically, it's kind of like Spider-Man, like the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man wrestling, or like in the beginning of the movie. Is that this entire series actually does pay a lot of homage to the um, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire movies. So anyway, there's something else is like you can also get to see Stanley. He's like a character in this, or the cameraman, and there's not like much to say. Once again, they also try to teach kids about spiders by telling them, they're not insects and stuff like that. There's also like and there's this one part where the guy who killed Uncle Ben comes in. He's probably doing some bad crime, and Spider-Man. It's kind of like another type of homage to the comics and the Tobey Maguire movies, is that he's like, it's not my problem, so he doesn't, chase after him until the last episode, or the episode that comes after this one. So basically, at the end, he of course doesn't win any money or anything, which is surprising because he'd just be like probably one of the best wrestlers in New York City, and all he got was a trophy. But honestly, this episode, liked it. It was kind of like the part in Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie, and it's not bad. It was pretty good. So on to the last episode, which was conclusion. Now this episode starts off, well, pretty dark. He's just talking about his trophy and how it's made out of three kinds of metal. Mentions Uncle Bay being proud, and then he's like, what else is made out of three types of metal? and then just shows Uncle Ben getting shot, which is quite dark for the beginning of the episode. But Spider-Man basically goes to find who killed Uncle Ben and tries to take revenge. He, of course, isn't able to hurt him. After he finds out what he's done, he just cries there, which will make no sense. And there's also not much to say about this, but it's like, at least this is part it mentions, at least this TV show is going to mention Uncle Ben, unlike Spider-Man Homecoming, which, spoiler alert, does not mention Uncle Ben at all. So, basically, there's not much to say. I thought it was a pretty great episode. I mean, there was like a tiny bit of action at the end. Of course, looking at the previews I've seen, there's probably going to be a lot more action in the actual series. Also, I will be doing a review on the first episode, at least the first episode of the TV show, so just definitely stay tuned on that. But there's just not much to say. I did like how in the end he's just like talking about all the types of Spider-Mans. Like, he says some people call him a menace, amazing, spectacular, and sensational, which made me think there's like no TV shows or movies called Sensational Spider-Man, which is actually another name from the comics. And he also didn't mention Ultimate Spider-Man, so, you know, I'm happy he's not mentioned Ultimate Spider-Man. And that's basically what I have to say for this episode. So I'm super duper excited for the new Spider-Man TV show coming to Disney XD. Like, I'm like really excited. I'm pretty sure it's coming on August 9th. Well, I know it's coming on a Saturday, so definitely like put your calendars on next Saturday because it's coming on Disney XD, and I'll definitely do a review on it. And if you already can't tell, I am pretty sick. That's why my voice is. That's something I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video. But I want to say thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and whatever everyone else says. And I'll see you in another video. Bye, guys.